Hey there YouTube, this Bears Kangaroo coming back to you with another video. Now, it's not another, this is the first thing you've ever seen. This is a Nuketown 2025 gameplay. Nuketown 24/7 is awesome. I hope you enjoy. I have a ton of these saved up, I gotta say. So if you see not a lot of Nuketown 2025 gameplay lately, I have a ton of it, and a lot of them are really good gameplays. So I hope you enjoy. We're gonna get right into this one, and this is Top 10 Game Theories, Part 2. Now, before I get into this, remember to comment for the next one, and also if you didn't see part 1, well, you don't need to see part 1 to see part 2, but if you didn't see part 1, you might want to go check that out, so then you know even more game theories. But yeah, so we're going to start out with number 5. In Final Fantasy VIII, as we follow the story, Squall, graduating to become a member of the mercenary Seed group, is hired by Rinoa Hertili to fight against the sorceress Edea, who is joined by Squall's rival Cypher, whom he and Rinoa believe to be dead. After confronting the sorceress Edea, she casts an ice magic spell, seen piercing Squall's shoulder blade and causing him to topple off the platform. Squall's eyes close and the screen fades to black. The next thing we know is that Squall wakes up in a desert prison without any wound from the incident. According to the theory, Squall didn't survive the confrontation, and the rest of the game is either a dream or his life is being replayed in front of his eyes. That's the theory. Who knows if it's true? Because these are theories. You never know. Could they be true? Could they not be true? Alright, now number 4 is of a classic game, and it's of Earthbound. So in the classic RPG Earthbound, Gaia Gas is a central part of the conspiracy theory regarding Earthbound, and it's quite a deep one as well. As the story progresses, your final battle is against Gaia Gas, and it goes in several stages. In the path to get there, and the battle itself is incredibly bizarre. The theory goes that Ness must travel back in time to defeat Gaia Gas. He travels back to when Gaia Gas is a fetus, with supporters of the theory pointing out the background seems to take the shape of a baby in a uterus. It doesn't help that all this has the backing track of a rape scene, which was inspired by a movie the game creator accidentally walked into as a child called The Officer and the Dismembered Beauty. Another piece of the evidence that the conspiracy theorists point to is that the game was originally titled Mother 2, sequel to a Japanese game of the same name, but was changed to Earthbound for American audiences. Now, this theory, I don't even know. This is a pretty weird theory. Don't know really who originally came up with the theory. Some people that come up with theories just come up with random and weird ones, and I thought this one was cool to share. I mean, it's very interesting. It's really interesting. Just who would come up with that? I don't know. Crazy people. But I mean, if you look at the game, I guess you could see that. I don't know. So we're moving right down to theory number 3. Alright, so right before Christmas 2000, a story was leaked to a website called WorldNet Daily, which suggested that US Customs and military intelligence have been tracking a shipment of 4,000 consoles ordered by Saddam Hussein. The article stated that the hard drive on the Sony PlayStation 2 was so powerful that bundling 20 of the consoles together could provide enough hardware to control an unmanned aerial vehicle, also known as the UAV. A little Call of Duty reference there. No, it's really Call of Duty related. Those are in there. And the article also speculated that the consoles could be used to calculate ballistic data for long-range missiles, both of which Iraq was supposedly researching at the time and could not get an easy access to due to the United Nations sanctions on selling technological equipment to Iraq at the time. So who knows if you could put PlayStation 2s together, if you could make some type of weapons. I mean, maybe he just really wanted to play some PlayStation, you know, maybe some Banjo-Kazooie, even though Banjo-Kazooie is not on the PlayStation. You know, he could have, tried to port it over himself. So who doesn't like Banjo-Kazooie? You know, everyone likes Banjo-Kazooie. Everybody. Alright, the theory continues. Many articles have rubbished this theory, laughing at the idea that a Sony PlayStation 2 could be used as a supercomputer, saying that the article's author has been dumped by a marketing mouth of Sony, and stating that Saddam's order of PS2s is more likely to be because of Saddam's want to have the highest score on a game. So, yeah, I don't even know. This is weird. I don't even know. Like, this theory. Why would Saddam Hussein want to play PlayStation? We all know everyone wants to play with Mario. Banjo-Kazooie. She just ordered some Nintendo 64s to play the Banjo-Kazooie. Who doesn't want to play Banjo-Kazooie? Why am I keep saying Banjo-Kazooie? I've never even played Banjo-Kazooie. I've always wanted to play Banjo-Kazooie. I just never have. Maybe I have an N64. Maybe I'll find a copy of one online. Pop it in. You can do a walkthrough. You never know. Banjo-Kazooie. Such a fun name. Banjo-Kazooie. Now, number 2 is about Animal Crossing. The popular game could be described as a purgatory, a monotonous game filled with cute characters seemingly aimed at children. However, one game theory suggests that the setting of the game is literally a purgatory, where you cannot leave and you're stuck in a gap between heaven and hell. The story and the theory states that with the initial point in the game, where you arrive at the new location of camp via a bus with no other passengers, in the actual story of the game, you are welcomed into the new society, given a place to stay and introduced to many important characters in the new place you live. The theory, however, states that you meet Tom Nook, who sets you up the room with no toilet or bed, to a radio that barely works, and tells you that you need to pay back his loan, which you never agreed upon, so you find yourself constantly trying to work and keep your head above water. What's more is that you never seem to leave, and any attempt to do so will have the guards remind you that you have a job to do. Essentially, you're trapped in the small city and can't leave, so you're stuck in a hellish place where all the characters seem to have a fetish for dressing up as animals and are more than happy to see you live out of the rest of your life and time as a slave, constantly running little errands to pay off the loan and some of the incredulous things you have to pay off, such as land tax and a property that was supposedly given to you by Tom Nook. So are you stuck there? I mean, the theory could be very believable. So, you never know. Now we're going to end this thing with number 1. It's another Pokemon theory. And what do we start off with? Pokemon. So if you didn't watch part 1, then you don't even know what that Pokemon theory was. You gotta go watch it. You gotta go. You gotta go. Come on, you gotta go. Go catch a cab. Go watch the other theory if you didn't watch it, okay? Okay. And number 1 is another Pokemon theory, like I stated. And the story goes that aboard the SS Anne, we encounter our arch rival, the arrogant Gary, or whatever you decided to call him. Gary. Cell phone. Dr. Pepper. Because everyone likes to call the Gary Dr. Pepper, or cell phone. That was the usual name. I mean, what else would you call him? Oh, maybe like awesome guy who beats me in Pokemon battles all the time. Yeah. Gary. Yeah, what did you guys decide to call him? I mean, I know Quarter is also a very popular thing. Yeah, I'm just naming stuff I see at my desk. Except I didn't even see Dr. Pepper. It's actually grape soda, not a Dr. Pepper. But who cares? Yeah, and also you may have heard this theory before. This is actually kind of a common one you may have heard. So, I don't even know why I went. That was a stupid rant. I don't even know why I went on it, but I need to get focused on this. So Gary challenges you to a battle, once again natively believing that he can beat you this time, despite having already lost to you a few times before this point. Once again, you mercilessly crush your rival, embarrassing him, and you go your separate ways. And this much is canon and occurs in game. However, according to the theory, in the chaos and confusion above the luxury liner, Gary cannot reach a Pokemon Center in time, and as Raticate dies, dun 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 dun. The next time you encounter your arch rival is in Lavender Town's Pokemon Tower. Gary no longer has Eradicate, instead using a combination of Gyarados, Execute, and Growlithe depending on which starting Pokemon you picked. This suggests that Gary in the Pokemon Tower is to mourn the loss of his Eradicate, only for you to once again trample his team. It even gets darker as the theory progresses, suggesting that Gary promised his dead Pokemon that he would strive to be the best and avenge his Eradicate's death, spurring him to defeat the champions only for you to arrive moments later and once again crush his team, adding further insult to the injury of his loss. Gary's grandfather, Professor Oak, arrives moments after the battle and chastises Gary while heaping praise on you. Really makes you look at Gary and his bullying light in a whole new way. Also, Gary seems to not have any parents, as well as meaning that not only do you crush an orphan's dreams, you also savage his pets. Aren't you a hero? I kind of mumbled on that. I mumbled and talked fast on that one. I know. Sorry. All my fault. It is all my fault. But that was the video. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to comment for the next Top 10 Tuesday. I just shit my desk. So yeah, please comment for the next Top 10 Tuesday. Hope you have a fantastic day. Enjoy the gameplay commentary. So yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.